100 foods to eat before you die. I've been traveling and eating all around the world, and here are the 100 foods you need to eat before you die. And these are in no particular order, so add them to your food bucket list. Number 82, fish markets in the Philippines. Good morning, Manila. Oh, that's humid. And that is beautiful. Actually, that is really humid. Let's go eat, and I know exactly what I want. Hey, Jerry's. I think Jerry's was the first restaurant I've ever eaten at when I came to the Philippines. Oh, and there's a 7-Eleven. Definitely check that out later. So today, and probably for the next couple days, just gonna walk around Manila, and whatever looks good, I'm gonna eat it. Oh, I love this. There's so many little food stalls all around me. Yeah, this is it right here. Every time I'm back in the Philippines, first thing I crave is a plate of Sizzling Seas Sig. I love how this place opens at 7 o'clock in the morning. Because Seas Sig was the last thing I craved before I fell asleep last night. It's the first thing that popped to my head when I woke up this morning. This place's hours is actually pretty incredible. It's open from 7 in the morning till 1 in the morning. So, wow. That's dedication. Oh, this smells incredible. Smell the vinegar and all the little bits of pork parts. There's nothing like it. Of course, I eat Seas Sig outside the Philippines. It doesn't taste like this. I wish I got a bigger plate. I should have got the family size. This is everything I was looking for in my first bite of Seas Sig here in the Philippines. Actually, it might be better. This is the spiciest Seas Sig I think I've ever had. The pork is really, really fatty. A little organy flavor. Got some nice crunch from the onions. They put a lot of chilies in the Seas Sig, and they also give you hot oil if you want more heat. This is so much better than anything I could have found at a hotel. Also, I missed this, the lovely citrus from calamansi. This has actually got a huge kick. The rice is delicious, the egg is good. For me in the Philippines, this is the breakfast of my dreams. Absolutely spectacular. So good, thank you so much. Very, very good. Thank you. Well, yeah, that was definitely a lot of craving satisfied. So I seem to have stumbled on I don't know, this is like a Chinese street or something? Chinese restaurant, Chinese restaurant, Chinese restaurant. 3 Chinese restaurants in a row almost. Yeah, tons of Chinese restaurants all around here. All right, I just have to try Chinese food in the Philippines. And this restaurant, the menu looks pretty authentic. So I got a wonton because that's what they're advertising as their best dish. So we'll see. My wonton's here. This looks really good. So there's some veg in here, some seaweed, little bits of dry shrimp in here as well. Wontons look nice and plump. I asked them if they make it here. They said yes. Oh yeah, there's definitely homemade wontons. No veg in the wontons, just pork. Not too bad. Added some hot oil and vinegar. It's an okay wonton. Also got some spicy stir-fried beef. That's really good. That's definitely better than the wontons. This is a really authentic dish. Beef is super tender. They used the right chilies for this dish. The rice is delicious. This is freaking delicious. This is a good restaurant. Glad I found it. Lunch number 2, on my way to a seafood market that's not too far from where I'm staying. I think that's it. Outside, tons of fresh fruits. Looks like some mangosteens, sour sap. Definitely gonna pick some of that up on the way out. Question is, how do I get inside this fish market? Oh, here. It's in there?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Thank you. So this is kind of like Dampo where I went before. So there's everything from lobster to giant prawns to crab, squid. Oh my God, look at the size of those freaking lobsters. All sorts of different fish. It's not a huge market, and I heard you're supposed to come here like really early in the morning and get the best seafood. A lot of these stalls are empty. Oh yeah, these clams are definitely fresh. Thank you. Got some clams. It's a lot of crabs. Oh, it's running away. Oh, hey buddy. Oh, you gotta get off the staircase. So what they do here, they bring the seafood upstairs and they cook it for you. There's about 4 restaurants on this level. Yeah, I have no idea which one's good. And this is definitely a very, very local market. And I'm not sure if I got a good deal on the seafood or not. Everything included, I think I spent close to 2,000 pesos. So that's including the kilo of crab, the kilo of the live shrimp. Those are the most expensive seafood items at today's conversion. So I spent about $35 on the seafood. They were selling me pretty hard to come to this restaurant though. And a couple of the vendors that I bought the seafood from, apparently their boss owns this place. So hope it's good. Food is here, or a couple of the dishes are here. Looks pretty good. I got all the seafood cooked different ways. I'm really excited for the live shrimp because they look so fresh. So this is the butter garlic shrimp covered in garlic, got a ton of butter. And the fish I got is a lapo, and that's a local name in the Philippines given to a type of grouper. And this is covered in sweet and sour sauce with veggies on top. It looks like it's deep fried as well. Okay, wow, that looks pretty good. Finally, my clams. Very simple, just made it into a soup. For me, there's two types of ways to cook clams that I absolutely love. One is this, just in some clear broth with some ginger and scallions. And the other is to stir fry it in some black bean sauce. Some chilies, some calamansi, got a bowl of rice. Let's eat. These little shrimp, you can pretty much just pop them in your mouth and just munch it up like that. Wow. The shrimp is really good. Definitely super, super fresh. Yeah, that is about as tender of a shrimp as I've ever had in my life. With its own bit of natural sweetness, you can pop the whole thing in your mouth or take out the head, just suck on it. Put some concentrated umami. There's a lot of butter in here. It's very garlicky, a little sweet, and it's not bad. It's pretty good. I mean, it definitely cooked it in a way that they're able to just crunch on the whole shrimp, the head, the whiskers, the feet, the tail. So it's like you're eating the soft, tender shrimp and a shrimp chip at the same time. I wish though this was a little more spicy. Let me try this too. Dunk these in some vinegar. Wow, that's not bad. Definitely cuts down the richness a lot. I feel like these shrimp, you really don't need to do much to it. And just tasting its natural flavors would have been perfect. I mean, this dish itself might be a little too buttery for me, but again, the shrimp itself is just so good. Let's try this. Let's give this a taste. I think this is gonna be so good. Oh yeah. Perfect. Little scallion, little ginger. The rest is just that amazing, slightly briny flavor of the clam. Oh, that's so tender, incredible. I guess if you want a little heat, you can take a nibble of the chilies. That's just so good. And this is just from half a kilo of clams. There's so much of that nice clammy flavor in this. I might like this more than the shrimp, just because this is so nostalgic for me. All right, let's try this fish before it gets cold. So sweet and sour fish, deep fried sweet and sour sauce on top. Oh, look at that glistening white flaky meat underneath the fried skin. Wow, that looks juicy. I think this is gonna be really good. That's really good. It's nicely fried, crunchy on the outside, sweet, tender meat on the inside. This fish, not a lot of bones, which I like. The meat, incredibly mild. And I do like the fact that the sweet and sour sauce is not overly sweet. Yeah, they cooked this one very, very well. Hit it with a splash of calamansi juice. I think with a little citrus, this could be even better. Much better. A little citrus. Eat it with the shallots. This fish is so freaking good. I think both the choice of fish and the way they cooked it, perfect. This is a great way to eat this fish. The meat is so tender, so it creates such a nice contrast to the crunchy outer shell. Can't stop eating this. Ridiculously good. Last thing to try are these mud crabs. 2 whole crabs. And this one is a chili crab. Sweet. Ooh. Very spicy. Crab, of course, tender, succulent. Whenever you go to a fish market in Asia, you see mud crabs, I highly recommend you get it. The reason I love these things, to me, they're just about as tender and as sweet as blue crabs, but unlike blue crabs, you get much more meat. It's less of a hassle to crack open, and unlike Dungeness, I think these taste way better than Dungeness, by the way. Dungeness come with a slightly briny flavor. It's not very sweet. These, they're sweet. They're not briny whatsoever. And some people might like the briny flavor. But for me, I like my crab as sweet as possible. Yeah, I think my favorite thing out of the 4 dishes, it's gotta be the fish. That fish is absolutely incredible. They made it really, really well here. Then, I love the clam soup. Always one of my favorites. Simple, light, but so much umami. Crab's amazing. I like the shrimp itself, but I do feel like this dish has a little too much butter. Overall though, for $35, and I don't know how much it costs for them to cook this, but this is an incredible meal for what I paid. All right, gotta start eating before it gets cold. See you in a bit. So cooking the meals came out to be about 25 US dollars equivalent. 25, 26, not a bad deal. I don't know how much exactly locals would have paid. So for me, about $50, $60 for that whole thing. That's an incredible value. All right, definitely wanna get some fruit before I head back to the hotel. So got some local fruit. This I never had before. This is called Laguna Lazunes, and they're pale yellow colored fruit. Kind of look like a oval longan. So when you peel them open, oh, they kind of look like garlic cloves on the inside. So when you peel everything off, yeah, it looks like a lychee or a longan, and it has multiple cloves to it, and the texture is kind of sticky. This thing's delicious. It's sweet, it's tart. Make sure you peel all this outer layer of skin off because that's gonna be a little bitter. The texture is very similar to lychee. Oh, this is fantastic. Little pit in the middle. Actually, I would say like a combination of between lychee and mangosteen. Really sweet and tart. More on the sweeter side. Such a delicate flesh too. And speaking of mangosteen, I have not had a fresh mangosteen in such a long time. And if you guys don't know the trick, you count how many of these petals are on the bottom. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, that means there's 7 sections to this mangosteen. Squeeze it. Oh, it opens so easily. If you ever try to open one of these mangosteens you buy from, I don't know, like Missouri at these grocery stores, it's like a rock. And these just open with barely any resistance. Oh, that's so good. These actually taste remarkably similar. There's a reason they call this the queen of fruits. I think if I lived in Southeast Asia, I would actually like fruit